see you again.
RamshaRashid, sales representative from Marathon Petroleum. I would like to thank you for your time for meeting me. I know you're a very busy man. I would like to ask you, how are you doing so far?
Good.
Good. And I know Halloween is coming up, so I'm wondering, well, if you have any plans for Halloween or anything?
No, just probably work.
Work.
Do some stuff around the house. That's out
Awesome.
candy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Well, that all sounds very awesome, but I know how valuable your time is, so I think we should just get started here. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Sure.
How do you feel about your in-store traffic currently, like during the day, afternoon, or night?
It's stagnant. I mean, it hasn't grown a whole lot. I mean, it's consistent, I guess I should say.
System?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then do you feel like your customer needs are being met in terms of like convenience and products, or is it pretty...
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, besides the food service option, I think we have a good product slate, just not the full product slate without the food service.
And do you feel like the competitors in your area have any upper hand in the matter, or...
Yeah, I think a lot of them have implemented food service options recently, so I think that's the one component that my side is really missing compared to competition.
Yes. Okay, awesome. Well, why don't we get started here? So I'll introduce you the Crispy Crunchy Chicken program. So here's a brochure about all the information that there is. And basically what this is it's a custom-made program. So, there's no royalty or franchise fees. And it is like freshly marinated chicken, so there's always that good fresh quality in your food services. And we can start with the breakfast program. The breakfast program is in the pamphlet that I have printed out here. It should be on page 15. But if you look at what this breakfast program is, it has many different items and combinations. So you can have like the chicken biscuits, or you can just have mashed potatoes with gravy, anything the customer wants, or even if you wanted to. And this targets mostly your early morning customers, because research and studies show that 33% of customers do have breakfast outside of their home. So they would like something that's really homemade or fresh. So this menu and kit would really bring that into play. And then also 47% of people really like some food items with their coffee that they get in the morning. So there's always that factor too. They can have many different options with their coffee. So it's not like they just have one thing with their coffee, or they don't have anything with their coffee. It's something that could really be taken into factor. And then we have our electronic benefit and supplemental program. So what that is, it's basically directed towards the You Buy We Fry program. And what that is exactly is that your consumer, they'll take 16 pieces of uncooked chicken, but then they can take it to the cashier or cook, and they can have them fry it or cook it to their liking. So it increases their convenience for that. And with those two options, that will bring in more in-store traffic, because you have more options available for those 33 and 47%ers. We also do have the Crispy Carry-Out program, and what that is that customers can come in and they can choose whatever combination of foods that they want. They can have the self-serve 4-piece chicken. They can get the 10-piece chicken tenders or 8 to 10-piece chicken tenders. And this can increase their convenience, because if they're in a rush or they have a meeting to get to or work and whatnot, they can just order it on the spot. They can just pick it up and they can just leave. So I feel like that convenience would be very beneficial for you and the customer. And then for your employees and for yourself, we do have the interactive training and OHUB program. The interactive training is basically where the owner, like yourself and professional, you can look at that it should be on page 32. There we go. Yep, the interacting training program. So this is basically where the Crispy professionals will communicate with you or the employee and train you guys into how to become a Crispy professional. So like methods and ways you can go about into training yourselves to be better representatives for Crispy Chicken, to bring in the more of the consumer needs. With the OHUB program is basically a communication platform, and what that is where the owner can communicate with their employee from any different location. So that would make it easier communication better so you can get your results or upload your data or whatever you need for the business that you're making every day or every month and whatnot. And I know for the past 6 months when we've been talking, you weren't very satisfied with some of the investments that you have made. I know there's certain products you had in mind that you were planning to either take out or bring in. Was there anything in mind that you were thinking about bringing in besides this, or?
About food service for me?
Yes.
Yeah, really, it was just food service. I mean, besides Crispy Crunchy, I was looking at Hut Brothers Pizza.
Pizza? Okay.
Specifically just because I feel like it's easy to implement a pizza program.
Right.
All you need is an oven to bake it.
Mm-hmm.
The royalty or the upfront fees are relatively small.
Yeah.
Everyone loves pizza.
Yeah, that's
obviously.
very good points. But we also have taken consideration that for pizza, I know a lot of people that are lactose intolerant, so they can't have pizza because of the cheese on their pizza.
Sure.
So I feel like chicken is very universal, and I feel like a lot of people can't have that. So I feel like that'll drive in more of that attention.
So this is all fried food though?
Yes, it is.
I guess my main concern with a fried chicken program versus pizzas, I don't want my store smelling like a kind of grease pit. I mean, you got a fryer running all the time and you're
Right.
frying chicken, it's going to smell greasy inside my store.
Of course. Well, that's a problem for sure. I know I would feel the same way. But there could be solutions to the method. We can definitely have like ventilation systems in the store for you to like make sure that scent's get went out, or it can drive in consumers too, because if they have something, or if they can see and smell something good, they'll be like, oh, what's that? And go directly to it. Because I know I would if I'm really hungry and I smell something good, I'll go for it.
That's a good point.
But yeah, and we can open our windows, and there can be different possible solutions to get that smell out of the way.
Okay.
And I was just looking through some numbers, and I know that you have because of the materials that we do not have, it's going to be a $35,000 investment. But I feel like that would be worthy, because if you look at your current day product offerings, here's your daily transactions with the products that you have with your coffee, ATM, and beer cases. And then here are your sales. You're making $50,000 a month, but with profit, you're just making $15,000 a month. And are you okay with that price, or would you like it?
Obviously, I'd like more.
More? Yeah, of course. No. Well, with the new segment income, what we have is we have a per day off sales. You'll be making $750, and this is additional. This isn't even without this. There's an additional $750 per day of sales, but then with a profit of $140. But with your investment, you'd be doing about $4,200 per month investment. But then, like within 6 months, you'll have $25,200 of your investment. So within 8 months, like your investments will be made. And if it continues to be growing at this rate, you can definitely have more and bring in more of that income.
So is this something that Crispy Crunchy or Marathon will stand by? Or guarantee a $750 per day in sales?
Unfortunately, we not guarantee, but it's definitely very likely, just because when a certain product comes out, when it's new and fresh, people get excited for it, and that drives them into coming more because it's the excitement of the new product. So I feel like maybe that new product excitement will definitely bring in that income, or even more too, depending on, because I feel like your competition in the area doesn't really have a Crispy Crunchy chicken program. And with the Crispy Crunchy chicken program, we offer different programs within that program. So I feel like that would really bring in that extra. And you'll also get a 2% rebate on food and products too, so on just food and product items. So whatever you buy, you'll get that 2% back.
Nice.
Yes.
So, you said there aren't any other Crispy Crunchy chickens in my area?
When me and my team were looking, we did not see any, but I can for sure get you an official answer on that later when we next meet, if you would like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess to drive incremental traffic that we were talking about earlier, how will this program drive new people inside my store that maybe aren't already visiting my store?
Right. Well, I mean, there is always that factor, but because I don't see this being in the area as much as it is, and we are expanding, I feel like the name of it will be hopefully bringing in that more customers, because we're just 2,300 of us in 41 different states. So we are still growing, but having this in the area will definitely bring the name, and with the name it can bring in more attention and attraction from people.
Okay. Okay. So maybe it's, I'm just thinking, so if someone's traveling, how will they know that my location is a crispy, crunchy chicken location?
We can have signs put up. We can have a sign, where your commute's from. We can have it underneath, like crispy, crunchy chicken, restaurant self-serve, or carry out even. We offer both, so we can definitely have that sign underneath.
Okay. So what all else comes with the $35,000 investment?
What else comes with it?
Yeah.
Besides the program that we discussed, that's all I can really.
So I mean, for the $35,000, do I get the equipment, signage, and everything else like that?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
Yeah, with 35, because we don't have that equipment, you would have to give that 35,000. But with that 35,000, you will have all those covered in it.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense.
All right. Is there any other questions or concerns? Or?
I mean, I guess before I go any further, I'd like to see another location with this offering in it. So if there's a way to maybe do a taste test or another store visit in the next couple weeks, that would be ideal from a next step perspective.
For sure, we can definitely do a taste test if you're like. We can definitely set up a meeting next week, same time, or if not, another time that you prefer. And we can definitely have that. But yeah, we can definitely have that going for you if you would like.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be ideal from the next step.
Yeah, no, for sure. We can definitely have that happen for the next meeting, from the next meet.
Okay, thank you.
Well, yeah, of course. But after hearing all this information, do you think you would be willing to sign for it today, or?
I think we need to visit the store first before I sign anything. So
Okay,
maybe
sounds
next time.
good. Yeah, well,
Okay.
we can set up a next meeting
Perfect.
and to go over more information and facts if you would like. And then,
Good. Thank you.
Thank you so much.